Welcome. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I changed these. I fixed these yesterday. Anyway, thank you and welcome to our show today. Today we're discussing the best path to your $1,000,000 dream. I think everybody in their life, everyone's going to be a millionaire, by the way. Everyone is. All you have to do is get a job. You start working, around 20s, in your 20s, you're a millionaire because by the time you retire, you would have made $1 million or a couple of $1,000,000 through your lifetime. So that's something you guys can feel good about, just on the surface. But if you're into trying to get $1 million, like more closer to like when you're young enough to buy the Lamborghini or whatever, well, that's a different story, right? What is the best way? I think you just want to make more money quicker, and that describes you. Well, you need to be thinking a certain way. Also, if you want to have money in reserve, it's times, you look at the gas is going up in price and whatnot. As the Democrats like to say, America is back against the wall, I guess. So yeah, it is, and you're going to need more money. Just bottom line, to be able to stay, comfortable, or at least get comfortable. So in any case, it means getting a lot more money quicker than later. It's interesting when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, this whole idea of cryptocurrency. I mean, what are you guys thinking out there anyway? People like to call me arrogant, but I'm realistic. I'm not arrogant, realistic. You guys, a lot of you guys are so full of it that you've lost touch with reality. And that's the problem. Then you look at a guy like me and you say, this guy, he's stingy and arrogant and whatever. It's like ridiculous. You guys are just ridiculous. You guys are full of it. Everybody's talking how great BTC is and how great Ethereum is. Ethereum, I just contributed $127. $127 in Ethereum gas fees, okay? And then the transaction fails. So what happens to my $127? And then they call me the scam artist. It's ridiculous. You guys calling me a scam artist or a con artist, this and that. It's a scammer, this thing's a scam, this and that. You guys are really totally ridiculous. The other guy's going away with money for doing nothing, for not giving me something. Usually when you pay money, it's to get something. It isn't for you to fail. If I wanted failure, I could do that myself. I don't need anyone's help to fail. When I put money into a blockchain operation, I expect it to work, for goodness sakes. Or else I go to BSC and not expect it to work. That's what was going on yesterday and the day before. Ridiculous. So here you go. Ethereum is not a scam because what? I'm out my money. Hey, and you got a living person that can testify, unlike those who say that I have a scam, I'm running a scam. Where's the victim? Come on, show me. You have one here that's been victimized by Ethereum. It's just silly and ridiculous. That's how it gets to be. But again, I'm not new to this. As a church man, they've been calling me names and false testimonies on me all my life. So I'm very practiced, by the way. A lot of people are shocked at my responses to a lot of this BS. And it's simply because I'm a hardened veteran. I've been through a lot of these name callings and unjust accusations almost all my life. I mean, since a little child, they've been calling me fatso and all that. A lot of you guys want to sit there as a child, this is childish, and call me fat. I've lost a lot of weight, by the way. So if you called me fat before, you had a right to, but now I lost a lot of weight. So give me a break. Go get a coffee and stop it. Mature, and let's get on. I guess that's why they call me arrogant, right? I'm just sick and tired of the BS. All right, that's all. Anyway, but it never surprises me, all this stuff that's going on. So anyway, well, let's talk about better things, like becoming millionaires. I think that's a happy subject. So we have a news article. We're going to read it here on the screen. Where is that thing? And we're going to look at this guy. He's a millionaire because of Doge. We got the Doge coin exploding, and people holding on to Bitcoin. You know, if this guy had Bitcoin, the reality is, think about this. Let's look at the this article here. Let me see. I'll make sure it's not from the New York Times. These guys, what is that? CNBC. Okay. Let's take a look here. Come and look at this together with me. It says this Dogecoin millionaire refuses to sell and bought during the dip. Right? That's the advice. Buy the dip. And now his stash is worth $2 million. Okay, so I don't think they have a picture here showing the fellow. Anyway, it's just a fellow that had. There you go. There he goes. Okay, so that's the guy who invested in Doge coin. Now everybody and their uncle in cryptocurrency will tell you, anyone with, I guess, some understanding of crypto, will tell you that Doge is a meme coin and that it has no other real value to it. No reason, definitely, for it to be going up in value the way it has been. While other coins, there are other coins of great utility. That means of great use for all you professional investors out there. Of great utility that are stagnant, that are still in below $1. And Doge, yeah. You know, Doge, and it's not that it's just below $1, because Doge, I believe, is still below, or at least it was. The thing is that the increase in value, you know, it used to be like 0.000 something, you know. Some of you are invested in BTT, BitTorrent coin, and I had a meetup the other day. One of the attendees is an investor in it, wholly gung-ho and all into it. And it was at 0.0008 or 0.008, something like that. I said, well, you know, it's hopefully it'll keep going up. Of course it didn't. It went down. Now it's even less than that. But that's the nature of, and BitTorrent does more, arguably, does more, way more. Even if it does one thing, it does way more than Dogecoin, because Dogecoin does nothing, you know. So for people looking at investing and looking at investments and what you learn, because you want to be a sophisticated investor after all, and you guys go into the technical analysis and you cover this, you know, you do your research and read the white papers and all of that. You all are all into that. And this Dogecoin, out of nowhere, it was supposed to be a joke. It's a joke coin. And who's laughing to the bank now? Here's a guy who is he's a millionaire today on a joke, on a coin that's a joke. I'm not seeing any of the comments. Sorry, I neglected to get the comment boxes up. So I'm going to do that right now in case somebody says, hey, I'm trying to talk to you. What are you ignoring me for? So in any case, he's a millionaire while, and I emphasize the while, all the other Bitcoiners are waiting. They're waiting for the moon to occur for Bitcoin. They're waiting for their day, for them to shine. That's what's going on right now. So the Bitcoin people, you have accumulated your Bitcoin. I hope you got in early. I hope so. Oh, Lord have mercy. I hope you got in early. And you're enjoying having all of this growth on Bitcoin. That's a good thing. Beautiful. You guys, if you've seen my previous videos on why Bitcoin, why it's too late for Bitcoin for the beginner to get into Bitcoin, you should watch that after this, because that gives you all the reasoning behind the things I'm telling you now. And it's not that Bitcoin isn't going up; it will go up. The issue is like look at me. I got some gray hair. If you notice, look at the gray hairs. That means I can't be waiting around for Bitcoin to make it. So it can go like 100 times. Like 100 times would be nice, right? If I put any type of money in and it goes to 100 times, I think that's like worth waiting for. But if Bitcoin arrives, hits 1 million, most of y'all, you're salivating. You can see yourselves. I knew someone that used to salivate. They will be sitting there probably watching TV or thinking, waiting for the coffee to be done, and then you'll see the little dribble of saliva, like the Pavlovian dogs. I mean, most of you have that. You guys are sitting around, hoping that morning you wake up and it's $1 million BTC. So you guys are dreaming about that. But, like when you start having like some gray hair, like I have, like some, you start thinking, am I going to be waiting around that long while this guy is already a millionaire because he brought the doggy coin? That's the type of thing you got to think about. You got to really be thinking about this. And then you got Hutchison over there at Cardano. I mean, the guy puts on a good show, doesn't I? And I don't mean to condescend his showmanship. And again, I'm not trying to belittle the man. I respect him highly. Puts on a classy presentation, and that's really good for ADA, for Cardano. But I'm just saying, it's the same thing that happens with me. I put on a good show, not for you guys. You guys know there's better YouTubers and better video show presenters in the world. All of y'all are better. That's a great thing, and I respect that. But what I'm saying, like when I do my teachings, I'm pretty good. I'm my Sunday Bible teachings, I stand up to the best of them, and you better watch it. It's a reason I don't get invited or debated live too much, because I do stand my ground. And listen, I make you look bad. But digressing back to the point, is that a man like Hutchison, arguably well educated, presents his coin to the utmost, provides content for the investors in his projects, and really is a great face for the ADA coin. And Doge, so even he's flipping a switch over there and blowing a fuse. because it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sure he knows he knows it does make sense. It does make sense. It makes sense when you understand who is buying stuff out there. It's just simple as that. I've known this for years because I've been dealing with higher knowledge for a long time, and people just can't take it. So it's just simple. You know, Hutchison is out there. He appeals to the savvy investor, to the investor who wants to think about where he's putting his life savings in. Can't blame him. And Hutchison provides a good anchor, a good solid, foundation, and projects that are real. They do take time to realize, to check again and again. I'm sure they go through the checklist, and a lot of people get disappointed that the project didn't come out on time or whatnot. I don't follow the Cardano timeline, but I hear other people commenting on YouTube and elsewhere. So again, that is basically the frustration I hear about Cardano, is that the projects seem to get delayed a little bit here and there as it goes along. But these are serious projects. You don't have things going on with Cardano that you have like with BSC. I've had a lot of my customers come to me and say, I want this done on BSC. As you see my videos, I do trading card games and other games on the blockchain. And so my customers, a lot of them, they're going by what they hear. And they're going by the fanfare, the hype that's out there in the communities. And the latest hype was BSC. And I told them, I haven't yet tested with BSC, and I have to wait on that. We're looking into it. It seems that it's something that we can do, but we're still testing. And right 2 weeks after I had 2 or 3 inquiries about doing my work on BSC, and right after about 2 weeks from the last inquiry, there we have that crash that happened on the BSC chain, right? So again, that little problem that looks like, and I made a comment on some other social media, I said it looks like BSC needs to rely on a better decentralized or more decentralized blockchain, and that's really funny if you understand that BSC is a blockchain. So, but anyway, but the point is this: you have Doge, which is nothing. And for most investors out there, a nothing coin, as they call a doo-doo coin, a poo coin, or a shit coin, for your mature Christians, because I am a very mature Christian, and I don't have any problem saying shit, but there's a lot of people that say, oh, that's not the right thing to say, like, what? But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not here to teach you all and to mature you in any sense. But you got them, looking at this dog coin, and the fact is this: you have to come to grips with reality, cryptocurrency world. Okay, you got the masses of people that you need. Like Bitcoin is so begging for all the masses of people just to put their money into Bitcoin. That's basically, Bitcoin is a funny thing. It deserves its speculative place in the market. I've covered this in very early videos that you can see on Global MyCBH Network. You won't find it here because I'm not going back there. I don't think, I may bring those videos into Crypto for Dummies. But, again, these are projects that take time, and I don't need to do that. But if you're interested in my early opinions about Bitcoin, you can go see them at the Global MyCBH Network. Just look, there should be a subheading on cryptocurrency. Anyway, I had said back then that Bitcoin, the only thing about Bitcoin is a speculative place in the market. The fact that it was the first, the door opener, if you will. So it has its distinction and the right It has its right to be speculative, okay? So that's fine. But you have to understand, that does not mean that it is the sure biggest winner every time or all the way. You have to understand that there's other forces, market forces. Even the best companies in the real world, you got to understand it, the best companies in the real world throughout history have gone down the tube. So you have to understand, I'm not saying Bitcoin will ever go down the tube. It shouldn't. It shouldn't ever. And not because of the money, not because of the valuation, because of what is not being talked about or understood much is what Bitcoin really actually represents, and it's not financial. But I've covered those things in those other videos. In any case, but it is, it is, as any human thing, susceptible to extinguishment. It is. That's the bottom line. But before we get into being extinct, like the dinosaur, there's still, Bitcoin has not reached its heyday in the minds of its hodlers, right? And those who are investing in it. So for that, as far as that goes, with the speculative nature of its niche, it is good to go. So the people in Bitcoin have nothing to fear. Your day is coming, okay? Now the question is when. Now remember, when. That's the only thing you guys need to think about. In terms of financial reward, returns, and when, this is the consideration that an older investor would need to be thinking about. Because you need to think about how much time do I have to wait for it. Now, if you're an older investor with an intention on legacy, which means you want to leave your Bitcoin earnings to your next generation, your children and their children, then, oh my goodness, Bitcoin, of course. Of course. But if you're looking for something that you want to enjoy while you're alive and forget about anybody else, you really need to be looking not in Bitcoin, at least not solely in Bitcoin. You really need to be looking at certain altcoins. And depending on the amount of moolah you have to play with, because you shouldn't be doing this with your important moolah, day-to-day living moolah, money, then, those are other concerns and factors. This guy, if you read his story of how he got into the Dogecoin, he went in all the way. Now, and he won. Basically, he hit the lotto. And a lot of you guys are in crypto. You got to know why you're in crypto. Are you in crypto to hit the lotto? Is that what you're expecting? Because if you're expecting that from Bitcoin, it will hit the lotto, but it may, the Bitcoin will take a while for it to hit the lotto. Especially now, especially if you're thinking of investing now, because if it goes up to $1 million, do you realize that $1 million Bitcoin, it's only 20 times your investment today? So if you put in $1 today in Bitcoin, or at least I got my Bitcoin, I got $1 in it. When it hits $1 million that everybody's waiting for to sell, you would only have 20 bucks. And it's not that you have only 20 bucks. It's a 20 from the dollar. Whatever you put in. If you put in $1,000 in Bitcoin, you will have only 20,000. Now, I know what to do with $20,000 to become a millionaire with those 20,000. Okay? I've doubled the chances of becoming a multimillionaire with the 20,000, but that's me. I know there's certain There's certain things that I know, which I also provide in my $10,000 a person workshop. You see, but if you're not in my workshop, $10,000 workshop, you're not going to know what to do. Not the way I do it. Like somebody was attending one of my meetups the other day, and they said, "Oh, I can get real estate, and then have that pay for more crypto, so I can get some more crypto." I say, yeah. I've looked at him. It's like a sorry fool, because he doesn't realize that when I do it, when they do it through me, we're talking about 60 times what you can do by yourself. So yeah, you can do it by yourself. But when you do it through our program, you're getting 60 times the return. Yeah. So yeah, again, it's an issue of quality and knowing what to do. All right. So this fellow though, he is now, while other Bitcoin people, he deserves his day in the sunlight. Let's give him his day. This dog earned his day. Okay, so he's in Dogecoin. He got into Dogecoin, and he is winning. He has beat out all the Bitcoin hodlers. I'm sorry, I think YouTube, is it YouTube that's not showing that page right? That's always been a little problem. It usually pops in, but I see that it doesn't want to do that. Let me try to shock it into obeisance here. One moment. Okay, yeah, it doesn't want to do that. So do I have another? Yeah, probably this one will show it. Well, that one doesn't, so. No good either. All right, well, I'm sorry about that on YouTube, guys. It's showing a blank screen. It's not being very cooperative today, so I'm sorry about that. We just have to go. Well, you've seen the guy before. He is, let me just give you guys my shot here anyway. So he's Global Conte Soto says he became a Dogecoin millionaire in April after investing in February. So he only been in for a couple of months. There's people who've been into Bitcoin for a couple of years. You guys are still waiting for your $1 million day. This guy got in a few months ago. So what is this? What does it show? What does it show? It shows that when you go into altcoins, just the simplicity that when you look at altcoins, you are in more risky territory because Bitcoin is like more stable. If any, all the cryptos will disappear before Bitcoin is gets even dusty. You understand that? So yeah, Bitcoin is the safer of all the cryptocurrencies. But also because you have that safety, like in all investments, you don't have the payout, quick payout like this guy and many others who have invested in Dogecoin against any sense of investment wisdom. But they have won. Their lotto day has come in, right? So it's just simple facts here. Now, the question of this broadcast, of this video, is what is the best way? The best way to your millions. Again, one of the main factors for me, because I have these silver lining here. I have silver lining here. I'm like that dark cloud with silver lining. Hey, I have to consider the silver lining. So for me, Bitcoin, because I know what I know, Bitcoin isn't the path for me. Okay, that boat came and left, and I was still had my finger in my mouth. Okay, I didn't know what's going on. There's other altcoins that are today, even still today, right now, I've already gotten into them, you know, what was that, like 10 times when they were less, by 10 times ago, I got into them. So I've made already 10 to 20 times my initial portfolio when I first started crypto. Okay, so again, I'm already halfway or almost to the 20 times that you can even expect for Bitcoin to do, which is the point. The point I'm trying to say that when you're in altcoins, there's a lot of junk out there, but there are good, sensible altcoins that have fantastic projects developing with them, where you will make more than 20 times in the same amount of time. I mean, when the day Bitcoin goes up to that $1 million mark, those altcoins are going to be what, like 2,000 times. So the question is, who made more money? Because the day that Bitcoin makes you your $1 million, it's going to make those altcoin holders multi-million and billionaires. And you've been waiting all this time on Bitcoin, or thinking of getting into Bitcoin because it's going to make $1 million. It's going to make $1 million one of these days. But that's why I say it's too late. If you're expecting a large return, if you have a little bit of money, it's good for Elon Musk. Elon Musk puts in, 10% of his weekly income, a few $1 million, and he can buy a few hundred Bitcoin, like nothing. And that it goes 20 times is good. It makes sense for an investor like Elon Musk. It makes perfect, sensible investment sense. Because what you're not understanding is that, first of all, he don't got the gray lining. Number two, his investment capacity is much greater than y'all. So his return is going to be massive, right? Because like I said, what is $20 compared to $1 million, right? If you have the $50,000 today to get a Bitcoin, one whole Bitcoin, you see, if the day it becomes $1 million, you'll make $1 million, but you need the 50,000 today. Now the guy who only has $1, when that same Bitcoin, invest in the same Bitcoin, but only $1's worth, because that's all you can afford. When Bitcoin becomes $1 million coin, then you only have $20. It's just simple math. Yet you have to understand that that's all you're looking for, especially if you have this. You see, without cryptocurrency, I can make 60 times, not even in cryptocurrency. So it makes no sense, and I can do that in 12 months. Hello, 12 months. And you guys, I gave this advice to my students over 12 months ago. See? That's why they're millionaires today. They have $1 million portfolio. You guys in Bitcoin still waiting. And they got Bitcoin. Okay? Which leads me to the other discussion we're going to have as well, is that assuming Bitcoin reaches $1 million, or any of the altcoins makes you a millionaire, because that is really possible, even sooner than Bitcoin will make the Bitcoin holders millionaires. I mean, for one Bitcoin. There's a lot of millionaires already on Bitcoin, but that's because they got, 20 Bitcoin plus. But for those of you, that don't have that, you didn't never had those resources, you got to realize, even you're hodling Bitcoin, fine, beautiful, dandy. You got time, you don't have any silver lining about you, so it's understandable. But that day that everybody's trying to sell, what happens when everyone sells? Look at what happened to Dogecoin. These are things that are fresh in people's mind because these are things that you can see. What happened with Dogecoin when Vitalik, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, when Vitalik gave his SHIB away, right? The SHIB Inu coin, another crappy coin, poo-poo coin, right? He gave it away to charity, for Indian charity, and whatever people think the politics are or the reasoning, the genius behind the madness, whatever you guys think it is and what it was, the fact is that when one person threw out all of those SHIB coins out in the market, the price of SHIB collapsed. It went zzz. Now that's one person regarded as a whale because of the amount of SHIB he had, the amount of the coin he had. So can you imagine that second when Bitcoin reaches $1 million? Can you imagine what's going to happen to the price once it gets up there? Because everybody and their uncle's gonna be selling out. Going to be selling to secure their $1 million gains. There's no way that you guys are going to tell me that that's not what's going to happen. And there's no way that when you see that million, because you're not going to have enough time to do that. You see the millions going down to 700,000, and it's going to 500,000, 500,000 rate, then it's going to go down to 250,000. It's going to go quick, and that price is going to be. You're going to want to get some of your money out of there because you want some profit. It's a madman's game. I'm going to tell you right now. But okay. I mean, again, the guys with the crappy coin and the doggy coin here, they've been made millionaires already. This is just the bottom line. So, this is a classic example of the fact that if you're not thinking straight, considering the new factor, which isn't investment savvy, it's market savvy. Because what's happening now is you need to understand what's happening in the marketplace, where all the final decisions are made. After all, you can have the smartest and the best product. And I can show you examples throughout history. A lot of you guys are young. Let me see if I have to pick up the misses yet. Okay, 20 minutes already. So I have a few minutes to finish this broadcast. So a lot of you guys are young. You see, I have the silver lining. You know what the silver lining gives me that you don't have? Experience. I've seen history. I've seen things come and it's supposed to be, this is it, this is the thing. And I've seen it go away. That was the problem with XRP with me. Because the XRP, the main argumentation of XRP was the same as the HBO cable, as cable TV. It was the same argument. Everybody's gonna have it. You got to invest in the copper wire. So people were investing in copper wire like mad because every single house in the world was going to have cable TV. That was the thing of the future. So everybody invested in copper. I seen it. I saw it already. Guess what happened? It didn't do anything much, and and then FiOS came out. You see, done. A whole bunch of people lost money in it. The same thing they did with the wind power. Oh, this is the best investment. This is the new thing of the new wave of the future. then stuff started happening with that. So like I said, you if you've lived long enough, you've seen and you've heard the same arguments, the same points. That's why XRP never grabbed my attention. I mean, I had the attention, I was looking at it, but I was asking, please give me something more than just everybody gonna have it, or that everyone's gonna use it, because everyone using something doesn't mean that this is $1 million ROI. It just doesn't mean that, folks. You guys, that's one argument that doesn't fly, because I've seen it before. And it never pans out that way. You think that, but you know what? Technology moves forward very quickly. So yeah, this is it. This is the big thing, right? And you had the Sega. Everybody remember that Sega, the TV console, the game console, Sega. Anybody remember that? It's my point. That was the big thing. Now, this is the reality. You guys got to understand. There's nothing that lasts forever. Nothing. So, in any case, this broadcast isn't to disappoint BTC owners or investment. No. Again, I said it was very specific. I was very specific, gray. Okay. If you haven't started already, so if you're a new person and you haven't started in BTC, just understand, not that you shouldn't. I already explained why you need to consider that. But also, you shouldn't be ignoring any alts. I'm not saying to go into Doge either. Right? This guy is continuing his bet on Doge. He hasn't cashed out yet. So he's sticking to his Doge. And after what happened when Elon Musk said what he said on SNL, everything went down, Doge went down, but now it's going back up. So he brought in more in the dip, and he's going back up. It seems that there's a solid group with Doge that are really determined with Doge. That's what it looks like. It may indicate a faction of the marketplace that is simply stubborn on Doge and similar type of coinage, probably with the SHIB one as well, for that matter. In other words, people that don't have enough to do Bitcoin, but they figure that if there's a solid support for anything out there in the marketplace in cryptocurrency, they're going to stick to their guns, because Bitcoin is not an option for them. Bitcoin has moved on. They missed that train. So what's happening now is that there's a massive amount of newcomers to crypto that are looking for their own Bitcoin. They're not looking for Bitcoin. They're looking for another thing to do a Bitcoin for them, to be as Bitcoin was for those who started with Bitcoin back in the day. And that's what they're looking for. And that's what we're seeing with this Dogecoin. Only because, and others like SHIB, only because the entry is low, and because of the massive appeal, they have a good chance of having a decent ROI. Even of late, I have come into participation by the hand of God. I'm always saying, whatever God puts in front of me, I go into it. And a brand new coin is not even out there available yet. I'm already involved with it. I've already made a contribution to it, to its design and whatnot. And I expect to create some decentralized applications just for that coin. Already, right off the gun hasn't fired yet. The race hasn't started with that coin yet, and I'm already positioned, very well positioned, with that new launch of that coin. Because at this juncture, the education about cryptocurrency is sufficient, is enough to make that appealing, especially to somebody that has a little silver lining. So I can see the silver lining. I can see it compresses time a lot. There's a lot of things I can do. And again, but I have a different aspect of perspective on cryptocurrency. Now, I'll finish this broadcast with the final aspect, NFTs. I have another project, big one. I'm not going to announce it yet. But I'm going to show you something that is going to really revolutionize the way you look at stuff. And just tell you, like that Beeple guy. You know Beeple? I always talk about him in my NFT videos. Because the guy has a picture. It's true, it's a picture of 15 years worth of pictures. Okay, we won't get into the technical aspects of it. The point is that his picture NFT, no sound, no video, no music, no sound, nothing, no bells or whistles. His NFT sold for $69 million. How many? An NFT is a token. It's a coin. To put it loosely, it's a coin. How many coins did he sell to make 69 million? You guys waiting for Bitcoin to hit 1 million. How many coins did people sell to make 69 million? Is that copyrighted? One. See? NFTs make it possible for you just to need one and wipe out anyone else holding coins for this, coins there, coins over where, trying to get at least one Bitcoin so that when it hits 1 million, yay! NFT wipes it all away into the garbage. So I'm going to tell you this one bit of advice. Stop thinking about cryptocurrency stupidly. You have to think about crypto strategically. And at this point, the better and greater strategy, I'm even advising this to the new coin developer and the one that's the lead on that new coin. I threw it out there. I said, NFT. NFT. You're going to be worried about selling 1 trillion coins. All you need to do is sell one NFT. Okay? And, again, it's just like what I told you before. I can make 60 times without any cryptocurrency. You guys at Bitcoin, you're only going to do 20. Those of you investing today, not those who had it invested when it was 6,000. Let's go back to the 5,000. You guys will do the 200 times. You guys will have 200 times. Fantastic. Okay, you guys will see 200 from your money. So hold on and wait, baby. Okay, but for the guys looking for the quicker turnaround, and you guys are going to start today, Bitcoin, I can show you how to make 60 times your money without any cryptocurrency. Now, what I've done is I've created the first NFT that is real estate investing. That pays. I'm going to add. That pays 10 times your initial investment in 12 months. every year. Okay? And that's the final thing I'm going to say. With Bitcoin, when you sell for $1 million, guess what happens after you sold the $1 million? What else are you going to get from Bitcoin? Any of the altcoins. This guy with the Doge, he's holding on. Now his Doge, he brought some more. Now it's worth $2-3 million. But the day he sells, how much more is Doge going to make for him? Nothing. Zippo. Nada. Okay? What I do makes you money every year for the rest of your life, and you can transfer it to your children, to your survivors, legacy, and it will pay every year for the rest of their lives. See? And that is way better than any cryptocurrency, because most of you are waiting for the lotto to hit. But all the lotto players, most of the people who won lotto, they are poor again. They lost all their money. They wasted it. They spent it. It's done. That's what's going to happen to all you guys in crypto, because you're not thinking. You're already on the wrong foot. Because if you're not a millionaire today in crypto, you don't know how to use the money you will gain in your crypto earnings. That is a fact. You will take those millions of dollars and you will lose it. You will burn it up and it will be gone. Not too smart. So the best way is my way. No matter how you look at it. If you got time or if you don't got time on your hand, my way is the best way. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not shilling you anything today. I'm just making an analysis again, just looking at the way things are and the way you guys are behaving. And sure, you can do a lot with $2 million. This fellow here, he has some plans, yeah. But his plans, he's a young fellow. He don't got no silver lining, this man. I hope his plans are good, because he's going to wish he had something more later on. And I told you I was creating a new thing, right? But it just stays with that. Subscribe on my YouTube, Crypto for Dummies, okay? And otherwise, like and follow and whatever else you guys do something. Share. Take care. And I hope you make your $1 million day. I really do. Okay? But come to me when you run out of money after that. Because my ways is the work for you. Take care and see ya till the next time. Bye-bye.